Yeah, sure. All right. Welcome back to episode 12 of Off the Wall podcast. I'm your host, Bobby, joined by Mello, and we have two special guests, Eric and Liam from Bat Boys. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Nothing much. I'll let I don't know. Liam, you want to do an introduction first?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
So, special guests, Bat Boys. I mean, you guys,
These guys are pretty big, if you ask me.
yeah, they're a big deal. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, you guys do it all basically. Make videos and impersonations, videos with players, skits, all that stuff. So give a little introduction about you guys, how you guys started this, and basically some of the bigger things you got to accomplish so far. Anyway.
Sweet.
Yeah.
My name's Liam. I've been a baseball fan, baseball player my whole life. I've been playing travel baseball with Eric since like fourth grade. It's how we met. We never actually went to school together, but we've always gone to games together, seen each other on the field, gone out and hit together. And basically we've always kind of had that like connection, that like deeper love for baseball. And basically when COVID hit, took away both our senior years, there was nothing really to do. And we decided, why not just start a YouTube channel, start making fun baseball videos to pass the time. And we just kind of ran with it and stuck with it.
Yeah, really. I mean, at the start, like YouTube was definitely a big thing. I remember like I was in the middle of pulling an all-nighter during our 2 weeks off from school, and I was watching YouTube and I was like, this is so cool. I wish I could do this. Like, imagine making YouTube videos for a living. So I think really we started off trying to launch a YouTube channel and then realized, there's a lot more to it, platforms and stuff. So then we got Instagram and TikTok and started branching away from a lot of our earlier videos on YouTube were vlog sort of style and really long and stuff. And then once we got Instagram and TikTok, we started getting more into the skits and stuff and interviewing players just for a minute or two. And, shorter clips like that I think people might be a little more familiar with.
Yeah, because so you guys started this during quarantine, you said. So
yeah, March 2020.
Yeah, so it's coming up on 2 years.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
So you guys so you started on YouTube. When did you make that transition to Instagram, TikTok?
I mean, I would say it was pretty quick. Like, I mean, we were both just like, we need something to do, like to kill the time and stuff. And I mean, I think we went into it with like, oh, we're going to make a YouTube channel, but like, obviously YouTube channels have Instagram. So then we made an Instagram with it. And we were realizing, like, oh, we have used Instagram, all throughout our childhood and stuff. Like we have a lot more experience with Instagram than we do with YouTube. And Liam really got the TikTok kick started. Like I had TikTok, but I didn't really know a lot about it at the time. I still don't think I know a lot about it, but yeah, he was the one that said we should launch that. So I think we had both of those pages like up from the minute that we started YouTube.
Yeah.
It just took about a month or two, I think, for our focus to shift from like creating content for those platforms more so than YouTube.
Yeah, because like, what do you have? 94,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal. Just 94,000.
That's pretty crazy. Like, do you ever think about that? And like, you have 94,000 people following you on one platform.
I don't know. Liam might have some more positive outlook on it than I might have. I was literally talking about it with my roommate here at college last night. I was like, I think about it all the time, dude. Not even just like, that's a crazy number. Like how many people we have supporting us out there and people following us on that one platform alone. But I mean, when I think of stuff like that, I'm like, wow, 93,000, that's a lot of people. It makes me think of videos that we had that did really well and exploded for hundreds of thousands of views. And it makes me stop and think, I'm like, oh my gosh, hundreds of thousands of people just saw my face online.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder, I'm like, realistically here, I mean, our faces have probably been viewed by like millions of people across here. Not every single person that comes across it may not hit follow. They may not be like, oh, this isn't for me, but we're still, being viewed by a bunch of people that we don't know. And it can be a little scary sometimes, for me at least, to think that they're that many people that I don't know at all, and they're watching
Yeah, they know who you
us
are,
do stuff
basically.
on screen. It's a little nerve-wracking sometimes, but to know that we're putting, good baseball content out there for the baseball community, and just spreading the growth of the game, I think, helps me feel a lot better about it, having all those eyes on me.
That's
I don't
awesome.
know if you have a
Liam?
different outlook on it, Liam.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely kind of surreal. And then it always kind of comes back to me when we get recognized at games. Like it only happened,
So cool.
like 4 or 5 times this past summer. And like, that's just so cool to like the fact that someone we've never met before will come up to us and like tell us that we're doing a good job and that they like our stuff. Just means
We had those one kids at the Orioles game, the Orioles Nats game. They came up and I think we thought that they knew us, but they were probably talking about someone else afterwards. Like,
Oh,
we
yeah.
were like, oh, it
no.
wasn't actually. So like the very first time we got recognized, it wasn't like really recognized. And then the next time we were at a Nats game, these kids came up and they knew everything. They were like, oh, they did like the Fernando Tatis TikTok the other day. And I was like, yes, that's right there. I was like, that is us.
That's awesome. Yeah, because what was one of the first, if you guys could remember, what was like the first video that really popped off on TikTok or Instagram? What was your one that kind of set it off?
the Vladdy impersonation.
Oh yeah, that's right, dude. I couldn't think of it. I was like, what was our first big TikTok? And you're right. I will remember when that blew up. I was like, dang, this is a lot of people looking at this video.
What did that get? Do you remember?
Give an estimate.
I think it might have been like a 250,000 at least. It probably like now is close to 500,000.
That's
The
crazy.
Vladdy video.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the Vladdy video. I mean,
I think it's at like 780K views now or something.
I'm gonna say
That's
it
crazy.
got to like 250K in the first day alone. And
Yeah,
That's
we were
crazy.
like, whoa.
I didn't even know we had a video out until like I checked my feed, and it had already been up for like 40 minutes or an hour or so, and it already had thousands of likes and stuff. I was like, whoa.
That's awesome.
Whoa.
Yeah, because I was going through your guys' YouTube the other day, and like I scrolled all the way back, and I was just looking at all the old like impressions and stuff, like
Mhm.
different. I mean, that seemed like what you guys were doing in the beginning, I guess, right?
Yeah. So I mean, we did a bunch of that, especially like when there was no season going on in 2020. And we just did it a lot in 2020 when there was a shortened season and not as much going on. And then when 2021 rolled around, we just started to get away from that. I mean, we realized that, there's a lot more stuff that we could cover in the community than just picking out every single player in the league and,
Right.
recreating their most iconic features. But yeah, once the season started in a full 162 game season where we could, start to do what we like to do, which is get into the ballpark and just film the game day experience and what's going on and what you can experience at a baseball game.
Yeah.
We definitely started doing less of that. But I mean, I would say the last one that we ever made was
I think it was Pete Alonso in the home run derby.
That's right. We did do that one over the
That one did really well, actually.
It did do well, yeah. And I think that had to
Bopping
do with
his head.
Yeah. It was definitely, it did well too, because I remember you had said like, oh, did you see Pete like in the derby last night, just like nodding his head and stuff? And I was like, yeah, bro, he was a laugh out there. And the very next day you were like, we gotta film it right now, because people are gonna forget about the derby in a couple of days. There's gonna be, regular season will start back up again and the playoff race will kick up. So timing definitely had a lot to do with, I feel like, some of our impersonations, like when we put them out and stuff.
And that's cool though, because like there are tons of people creating baseball content out there, but you got like Liam came up with that. You said like there are only a few people that have that mindset. They're like, okay, got to get a video of that out right now to make content out of it. Like you just have to have that extra like step ahead. Be like, you got to get that out now while it's a big hit, just so. And obviously it did well. It paid off.
So. Yeah. And we would have days where we'd go out and like film a handful of players, and they would just sit around, and we'd be like, oh, let's see when Mookie has like a 2-homer game or something, and then we'll do the Mookie Betts impersonation that day or something like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's not a bad player to mimic, by the way. Mookie Betts, he's a pretty good player.
Well, he was the first one to come to mind. I remember we definitely did a Mookie, and I think we were like, let's wait until Mookie has a good game. We did that for a bunch of guys, but I feel like he was one specifically. We waited until he went off.
So you guys have done, you guys go to games, you guys just finished saying you guys get recognized, and you guys make a bunch of videos. Is there do you guys have a personal favorite? Just whether it's at a game or anywhere, just what's your personal favorite experience?
Video?
Park,
What'd you say?
TNC Park, Diamond Club.
I was gonna say that. I mean, that probably makes the most sense. Like, I mean, that was definitely just like a cool to answer the experience question. Like, definitely the PNC Park. Like, I mean, if you're asking me to like pick our best video, it's hard because obviously I think we want to put out our best video every single time. We want to put out good content, and the PNC Park videos were really good. But just the memory of being in Pittsburgh as a whole, like that was an awesome couple of days. And yeah, I posted a TikTok like a week ago that didn't do well at all, but I put like the memory audio. You remember that trend?
Yeah.
I mean, it still kind of is a trend. I put the memory audio over like the walk-off clip of the second game that we went to. It just like capped it off so perfectly with the walk-off there. That's definitely my favorite memory I've taken away from this.
Yeah,
So,
because you guys sat right next to the dugout there, right?
yeah, it's like right behind home plate, right next to the dugout. Liam had actually been there once before, right?
Yeah, once before.
Yeah.
Because I have a cool family connection where my uncle can get those tickets. He actually like just lost it this past year, so we're not going to get that hookup again. But
yeah, and that was the first, and probably to be well, I don't want to sell myself short, but I mean that's the first time I sat behind home plate at a game. Hopefully it'll happen again sometime. But that was just so cool for me to be like that close to the on deck batter and the catcher. Like I've been down there before, when there's not a game going on,
right,
batting practice and stuff. But it's really crazy to see the pitcher, like just the
right there,
how quickly it's coming in, and then they throw a curveball or something, and you're like, it's moving that quickly with like 7, 8, 9, 10 inches of movement too. It's just like dropping. It's filthy, some of the stuff that those guys have.
That's
in
insane.
one game that we watched. I mean, a handful of pitchers coming out. It's not even like we were watching Jacob deGrom or anything. But
right. Yeah, it's a major league pitcher.
Yeah, they've got disgusting stuff. If you're ever watching on TV and you're like, oh, how do you swing at that? It looks like a strike. It does. Everything looks like a strike until the very last second, then it's not.
Yeah. So this is a stupid question. Eric, you're obviously a Nationals fan. Liam, you're not. What's your favorite team? Aren't you?
So it's between the Red Sox and Nationals.
Okay.
Just the Nationals because we're so close to all the Nats festivities, and then my dad's from Boston, so I've always been a Red Sox fan.
Okay. But you guys grew up like in the DC-ish area though, right? Or you guys live in the DC area then? Okay.
Yeah, we still do live, but like outside in Arlington. It's not very far at all, and yeah, very lucky to live so close to the city right there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, Liam, if the Nats and Red Sox met in the World Series, though, who would you take?
Red Sox.
What?
Really?
I thought I asked you this before, and you said Nationals.
Wow.
Maybe it depends on like who's on the team, because like I like certain teams.
That is a good point.
Like I loved the 2019 Nats. I just loved everyone on that.
That's
team.
A good point. And the 2013 Red Sox. I'll tell you, I like the Red Sox because I played as them in Little League a lot. And we were the Red Sox. You and I, like our rec league team, were the Red Sox in 2013. But that group had a bunch of personalities, the Beards in the playoffs. Like there are definitely certain teams that are a lot more
Shout
fun.
out Ryan LaVarnway.
Oh yeah, 2013.
Oh, yeah.
We've had him on this podcast.
Yeah, I was going who you guys had done on episodes and saw that you had him on a couple episodes ago.
Yeah. We still go back and forth with him a lot. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Sign him. We need a major league team to sign him. Sign him.
He should
lockout's over.
He should come if no one wants to take him to MLB. He should come play Atlantic League. He should come with the Blue Crabs. I was gonna say we haven't really made this public or put it out yet or anything, but I'm gonna be working this internship this summer with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs.
Nice.
They're gonna get us the access to be down there on the field, and Liam's gonna be there too. It's gonna be awesome.
That's awesome.
but yeah, I mean, some of the names they have in that league, like Brandon Phillips is in that league right now.
I
They're
didn't know
like
that. That's
serious MLB,
crazy.
like Ian Kinsler is in the league right now. They're like a bunch of all-star MLBers that are in the league right now. A bunch of names you'll recognize.
That's awesome. So what are you going to be? I mean, you already said it, so I guess you can talk about it.
No,
But
yeah, we can talk about it. It's not like
what
But
what are you going to be doing with this internship then?
so they reached out to us on TikTok, right?
Wow.
Is TikTok first, and they DM'd us, and it was from the Blue Crabs account, which is a team in Southern Maryland, Waldorf, Maryland. And they messaged us saying, "Hey, we see that you're like in the area here. You should apply for our content creator internship." And they mentioned that it would also include like making content for the Atlantic League as a whole. And then they just sent us this link, and we copied it, put it into the URL, and it was like an application thing. Pretty formal. Like we had to answer some background questions about like where we'd been employed. So we were a little nervous. And then eventually, it was a while, but like 3 weeks later, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks later, we got emails back saying, we'd love to, do an interview, blah, 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 this and that. And here's a time and date. Does that work? And we're like, yeah, for sure. Do you want us to like come to the ballpark in person, or is this going to be over Zoom? And they were like, we were planning on Zoom, but you can come in person if you'd like. And we went there and just walked around the ballpark, and they were like, we're just looking for people that know the TikTok game. And you guys seem to be doing that well in the baseball community, and also saw that you guys are in the area. So I think, really it's just going to be making a lot of TikTok content for them, Instagram reels, stuff like that. But they also said we'd get a bunch of experience, with other stuff, like,
and even just being around there.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's so much knowledge that we can like pick their brains for being there,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they said like we would get to go up in the broadcast booth like a couple of times, which for me is just so exciting. Like that's a dream job, to be a broadcaster. But they said we could go up there and see what's happening. They also just said, like setting up for like a giveaway or stuff. Like I don't remember what the official word was, but game day management or something. Like stuff out like that. I volunteered our work for the grounds crew, if we want to help out there, and if we can get that. But, yeah, I mean, there's just going to be, it sucks obviously that we're not getting paid and stuff, but it's going to be awesome because they're going to be.
But you're still going to be doing what you're doing now, but on a higher level, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do with get like media credentials for our teams. So I live out here in LA, so obviously I'm Dodgers, and then Bobby, his favorite team, Yankees. He's trying to get his media credentials. Maybe you and Liam can, argue about that in a few minutes. But
yeah, no, I mean, Liam brought it up last season. He said we got to start reaching out to these teams when we actually go to games, so we can, get on the field and, get a nicer quality interview and stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's exactly what these guys are going to set us up with. We'll be down on the field, and Liam just made an incredible investment in a new camera. I'm sure he'd love to talk about that, but yeah, show that thing off. But yeah, I mean,
there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Being
Look at that.
To be down on the field there is going to be an absolute game changer for us with the Blue Crabs and all, like I said, there's so many names in that league, teams that are rolling through that you're just going to be like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe this guy's still, playing baseball. It's a name from my childhood. But yeah, hopefully we get some media passes for, minor league teams and stuff. I know we're going to be working with the Salem Sox coming up. They're in state, not necessarily close, but they're in Virginia. So we got that going.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. I was going to bring that up next because I know you had mentioned you went to their stadium, right? You were filming stuff there.
Yeah, I feel like I'm rambling my mouth a lot. So Liam, if you want to talk, I know that most of the filming we did that day were Liam's ideas and what he wanted to film. So I mean, you can do a little chatting.
So yeah, how'd you guys even get that collaboration or whatever you want to call it?
So basically, they also, just like the Blue Crabs, they reached out to us. I think it was Instagram DM though, but we had a call with this awesome woman named Danielle, who's their
shout out Danielle,
head of social media. Yeah, shout out Danielle.
She's awesome.
But basically, we discussed kind of working together on content just for both of us, and we set up a time to go meet at the stadium. And then we also discussed kind of just letting us loose and filming whatever we wanted in the stadium. And I thought, like, what better way to use an empty stadium than to film baseball fan stereotypes. So we filmed like 20 of those. We're still in the process of posting them. Still have a bunch more that nobody's seen yet. But that was just the coolest thing ever, to have an empty minor league.
I was gonna say, to have an empty ballpark all to yourself is like, it made me think of like the COVID videos that some guys were able to put out. Like when Zach Hampel went to that minor league game or independent league game and he was the only person there. It's just like, if only there had been a game going on, but to see the ballpark empty like that and to have it all to ourselves, like we can do whatever we want. We can jump on the roof of the dugout. We can jump onto the field. We can throw whatever. I mean, we were like, we did one.
Take BP
video.
if you wanted to.
We could have taken BP.
BP.
It's funny, when we were down there, Roanoke College uses the field for, do they also use it for games or is it just for practicing?
No, they use it for games too.
Games too, yeah. So I mean, that's like their field. So when we went in, it was almost a little weird. Like they toured and they showed us like, oh, this is the home locker room and stuff. And there were, college baseball players just sitting there. And they're trying to go about their workout and like use the weight room.
You guys are just making TikToks.
I was gonna say, here's a couple of people walking in that just make TikTok videos and they're trying to get their lifting and stuff. But
man, you guys got more balls than I do. If I was in there, I would have just, hey, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm done.
That's funny. That's awesome though. So you were just working with them. They reached out and just said, are you going to do that stuff with them during the season too? Or is that just like a one-time thing?
Yeah, no, definitely. We discussed, so basically they just wanted to have us down to the stadium just to like kind of familiarize ourselves with it, because we're going to come down for a few like series, probably like really cool promotional like series, because minor league teams have such cool promotions with bobbleheads, like t-shirts, just other random stuff. But we're probably going to do like, I think we discussed like a day in the life of like during the promotional day.
I like
everything that goes into it, which would be really cool. And we got like we're gonna have like all access to what the players are up to, and that's just gonna be the coolest thing.
Yeah, and Danielle had mentioned just like how lucky they got with the managing staff the year before, because in the minor leagues that stuff will rotate a lot more frequently than it does in the MLB, even though sometimes it seems like it's really quick in the MLB. But she had mentioned, just like how friendly the manager was last year, and for the most part you could get like like the guys were friendly and they would answer questions and they'd have fun for a TikTok and like to interact, which is that's exactly what we want to hear, because there are some guys out there like Zach Greinke and Max Scherzer, and they just want nothing to do with the cameras. They're in the game mode. They don't want to talk. But you get a guy like, I don't know, Gio Gonzalez was always one of my favorites. He was, always smiling when he was out in the field, and a chatterbox with fans, with teammates, with absolutely anybody. But guys that are just, happy to be showing up for their job every day. Yeah. Those are the kind of guys that, we want to make videos for and get them exposed on our page, show off the good guys in baseball.
Yeah, it definitely makes things easier too, obviously, for you, because you're just talking to a normal person at that point. Some guys, like you said, just don't want any BS and just want to play baseball. But other guys that want to have a good time. Oh,
yeah, and speaking of Zach Greinke, he blew me off of an autograph one time.
So, did he really?
Yeah, I was at a Dodger game. Then again, he was already a Diamondback by this point, so I was like, I can see why you don't want to sign my ball. I kind of get it. But he just told me no, like flat out. He's like, no. I was like, all right.
I mean, that's respect, because I mean, like, think about 99% of guys there, if you're hollering and saying, Zach, will you sign this for me real quick? You sign mine, sign one. They're just not going to say anything. They're just going to
and like he told me like in the lowest possible voice you could, like, just level 1, like, no. So, all right, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. He seems like a cool guy. I'd love to sit
he does
with him, but I just don't think I'd be able to convince him.
Yeah, he's definitely a character. So you guys, obviously you've been to some major league stadiums like you were talking about, but it seems like your focus is minor league. What do you would agree with that? I would say. How many minor league parks have you been to? Have you traveled to them?
That's
off the top of your head.
Well, last summer, I think we did like 5 or 4. We did Fredericksburg. We might have done 6. Geez. Fredericksburg, Bowie, even though we didn't really film a video out there. We drove to Bowie and the game got rained out, but I had to go to college in like 2 days.
And then I finished the
But
video.
Liam had like 2 weeks, so Liam finished the video without me. So we filmed like the first half I was there, and then the second half of the video I just wasn't there. But we went to Salem, Fredericksburg, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for the Senators, Richmond for the Flying Squirrels, Del Mar. Sorry, we did not go to Del Mar, but Aberdeen for the Ironbirds. So I think that's the 5 right there.
And I went to Charleston.
That's right. You went to Charleston. Yeah. And then major league stadiums last year, the only ones we did were PNC, Nats Park, and Camden Yards. And I don't know how much like our traveling is going to work out this summer. I mean, I'm sure it'll probably happen for you, Liam, and stuff, but like for the internship, I've agreed to be there every day, and Liam's going to come, once or twice a week and stuff and film content. So my travel will be restricted a little bit more. I have to like give him a heads up if I'm going to be taking off and stuff. Right. But obviously we've already got Salem lined up. Like we're definitely going to go there. And then I would love to like go to Fredericksburg, especially if we could get a media pass, because like that new ballpark there is so awesome.
Come to Jersey. We'll make some.
Definitely like to go there again.
We'll make some minor league content.
You got the Thunder, right? Is that
that's not a minor league team anymore.
Oh,
they're a part. Remember how they got rid of like a bunch of minor league teams?
Mm-hmm.
They're a part of whatever league, like a development league or something like that.
Is it the Frontier League?
I forget exactly what it is,
but the Frederick Keys are doing now.
So
I didn't.
At least by me,
I
have a single A Phillies affiliate 10 minutes from my house.
Yo, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's
Jersey
awesome.
Jersey Shore Blue Claws, and then the Somerset Patriots. They replaced the Trenton Thunder in the Yankees organization.
They were not a minor league team before that. They were an
independent. Oh yeah, that's what it was.
It was either Frontier or Atlantic League, but I recognize them from the Atlantic League history.
They're the Double A of the Yankees, which is kind of weird.
Interesting.
But so yeah, that's like by me. But
you guys got all the minor league teams. The only one that's like close to me is like Rancho Cucamonga, like the Dodgers AAA.
Hard out there in the West, dude.
Other than that, like Bobby knows this, but I live like 15 minutes from Dodger Stadium, so that's like the closest thing to me.
Yeah,
so
that's not bad.
I think I go to. I've never been to. I've never been to a minor league game.
They're just the vibe at a minor league game is just so different.
And that's why we love to go in that direction. Like you asked us, you were like, you feel like you're more minor league than major league? Like definitely. We talked about this last season. I was like, like the minor league guys, like they're absolutely grinding their butts off. They get no coverage, no exposure, and they're like some amazing guys down here at the level, not just players, but like amazing people down here. And we need to like get these guys some coverage because they really deserve it. So obviously we're going to be doing some independent league content next year too. Atlantic League, I guess I should specify which league, but I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to all the minor league and independent league content we're going to make it this year, because I don't know, those guys really deserve the heck out of it. They're grinding their butts off every day, and they don't get a lot of love sometimes. They deserve it.
Yeah, definitely, because everyone could make a video of Juan Soto in the out, or take a video of him in the outfield, but like some random guys you've never heard of, like when you guys do the couple questions to the minor leaguers, like when you guys are sitting in the stands there in the outfield, like that's so cool. Like it's just a one question. What is it, like one question and then you say peace basically?
It's usually like one or two, but I meant to say this earlier and then it kind of drifted away from my head. I just want to give like a quick shout out to all the players that ever agreed to do that, because we've had one, maybe two guys that have said like, I'm not trying to do an interview right now, and they just walk by, because it is really weird asking them right before we say, hey, would you mind doing a quick interview? And we usually say for our YouTube video because it sounds a lot better than for our TikTok account.
Right.
The truth is it's going to be going out on our TikTok, Instagram, and everywhere. But I mean, we usually just ask them like, hey, would you be willing to answer a couple questions, like quick interview? Like it won't take more than 60 seconds. Like it won't be more than a minute. And we get right into it. I think my favorite question we asked is definitely if you could have any celebrity watch you play, who would it be? Because we've asked that to a couple or at least one major leaguer. You asked Lewis Brinson that one time, but we've asked minor leaguers that question and major league guys that question. And I feel like you could ask anyone off the street that question. If you wanted to ask them, what they did in life, if I was a musician, it'd be like, oh, well, what celebrity would want to come watch you perform music live? It's just like a favorite celebrity sort of question.
And it kind of shows off their personality a little bit too. Like I forget exactly what it was, but like someone said I forget an old video of yours. Someone said like a random person, and I don't even know exactly what I just remember thinking, I was like, why would that guy say that or whatever? Like,
it's like
it's just funny. Yes, that's exactly who it was. That's exactly who it was. But I remember watching that. I was like, that's so funny because it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
For a guy to say that. So if you guys, what do you call it? Okay, let's wrap things up a little bit and let's head into some rapid fire questions for you guys.
We got fun questions.
It's like the final 2-3 minutes they do on Pardon the Interruption.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
We'll wrap it up.
Heads.
I'm absolutely here for it.
Mello, you want to start it off?
Yeah, let me just hang on. Yeah. Just give me a second.
Do you guys have any other big plans for MLB stadiums this year, or are you just focusing on minor and kind of figuring it out as it goes on?
At the moment, right now, I'd say there probably just aren't a lot of plans with visiting big league ballparks and doing stuff there, just because I don't know if it necessarily is harder to get a media pass, but it certainly feels a lot more intimidating to walk up to like the Washington Nationals and ask for a media pass rather than their single A affiliate. And I think we just want to really step the quality up this year. We want to get good content. And I feel like the way that we're going to be able to get the access to guys like that is through independent leagues and minor league baseball. So
yeah, because you could even, I know we're just saying about rapid fire, but just like you start off with the independent league, then you go up to, or the minor leagues too. Then you go up to the Nationals and you say, oh, I did all of this stuff. And
exactly.
You're like,
and if you do it for their, that's why I think the Fred Nets can be such a big thing for us, because they should be like 40 minutes down the road, but I-95 is like such a disaster. It takes like an hour and a half to get down there, but they should be close. They're close enough and they should be closer, but to have them there, and then we could go to the Nationals, who are like right next door there, 5-10 minute drive from our house.
Yeah.
We can say, hey, look at all this great content we did for your minor league team, and it got viewed by this many people on social media. We can do that again for the Major League Nats. Just give us the word. But you're absolutely right.
Yeah. All right, let's actually go into the rapid fire questions now.
Okay, so rapid fire questions. No, it's okay. Yeah, plenty of time to get these questions. So we asked these to every person that we've had on here, and now you guys are going to answer these questions.
I love this. This is awesome.
First question: is it have a catch or play catch? I need an answer for both of you.
Play catch.
I think it's definitely playing catch. Yeah, like you want to play catch.
Okay, that's the right answer. Good. Yeah. You guys off to a great start.
I've heard people say have a catch, but like if I'm gonna ask someone to do something, I'm gonna say, do you want to play catch, not do you want to have a catch?
Mello, you want to send me this list real quick because I lost it.
Yeah, it's this is only a few questions. Let's see where I can find you. Here we go.
But
you want me to ask another one while you get it up?
Yeah, go for
it. Okay, well, we'll just ask that one. Next question. What MLB player would you let your girlfriend cheat on you with? We asked this to a pro player, and
Francisco Lindor.
We asked this,
Francisco Lindor.
Lindor? This is kind of like the who would you not let date your daughter question. I mean, there's a little more pressure, I feel like, on me here for this question because I'm actually with.
You can name more than one. We've had plenty of people name about 30 people.
The first guy that's coming to mind for me is Trey Turner. Trey Turner is so fine. That man is so fine when he was on the Nationals. I'm gonna have to go with Trey Turner. She doesn't know who Trey Turner is. Like, I have a Trey Turner jersey up in my closet, and I asked her, say the first name of this player. She couldn't do it, but
damn,
she like, I know, but she really likes Justin Verlander because she
Ugh.
lives close to where he was born or grew up.
Oh,
I'm not a big Verlander fan. And she also said she was an Astros fan because of that. And I was like, hey now, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. But I would
At
say
least-
Trey Turner.
At least your team was able to beat him. Not
Yeah.
mine. At least your team was able to beat him.
Our team wasn't cheated out of his heart though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We weren't getting screwed the entire
Mello, what
season.
were some of our good answers for those?
Um.
Trying to think.
See, I'm trying to think.
Andrew Benintendi is another acceptable answer.
Someone, you guys know Pete Sheffield Shuffler? Do you
Yeah.
follow him? He
Basically said any Cubs player from that 2016
Chris
championship.
Chris Bryant,
anyone-
Anthony Rizzo.
Chris Bryant's
A lot of people said Chris Bryant.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say Chris Bryant. I'll say
yeah.
Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant's a good
Jonathan India. Who else?
Oh yeah, he's all
Perry said David Ortiz. Oh wait, no, he didn't. That was a
No.
different.
No, that's a different
That was a
question.
different question.
Dansby Swanson. Didn't somebody say Dansby Swanson or no?
Yeah, Dansby. I'm sorry. David Ortiz was an answer to a different question. But
Almost spoiled the question there.
yeah, that was my bad.
You're good. Make that one the next question.
Okay,
I
fine.
mean, there are a lot of good answers, but Jonathan India, he's all the rage now. He just broke into the league and stole the hearts of all the girls, man.
Yeah. What MLB player would you want as your wingman? So you're out.
Oh
out of the
man,
bar.
David Ortiz is a great question. It's a great answer for that question.
Either Jazz Chisholm or Fernando Tatis. Two of the
Okay.
swaggiest players in baseball.
I
those are-
think the problem with Tatis though, like I think girls might just go up to him. And
Oh, dude, you remember that clip where he signed the jersey for the fan?
yeah.
He
Yeah.
knows-
Some
He knows what makes the ladies
the
happy.
girl,
He likes
you might be
to
taking
take
the
care of
girls
fans.
from you.
That's true.
Dude, I don't even know. I'm trying to think of like a player that isn't selfish, that would just like give up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get broken up with after this podcast.
Who did somebody say that was a great answer?
I'm gonna.
Bobby.
Was
a
it,
great answer.
No, I would go with like low key, like Anthony Rendon. I feel like he would actually be such a vibe. Like he
Okay.
would,
But do you,
like I'm a chatterbox. Like I know I do. I run my mouth a lot, and I'll just blabber for minutes on that. But I feel like Tony doesn't talk a whole lot. But when he does have something to say, he's like really funny. Like when he does do an interview, or when
He does?
when he was on the Nats, he would like he would do an interview here and there, time to time. Like if he had a great like 3 or 4 hit game, and his responses afterwards were so funny. Like
I never knew that
like,
about him.
it was weird. You should he like he's playful with the media. He likes to pretend that he's shy, but he's funny.
Right.
I would say Anthony.
What did Nick Swisher? Someone said. I think.
Yeah, Nick
Was that- is
Swisher. That was exactly Nick Swisher.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
David Ortiz. I mean, it's hard to top that one. Like I'm not going to
Yeah.
steal that answer, but David Ortiz would be a great setup man. Maybe like
Yeah.
who? I mean, it just seemed like the chemistry that he used to have with Kevin Millar. Plus, I'm such a Kevin
Yeah.
Millar fan. I don't think I can answer with retired players, but Kevin Millar.
No, you can answer whoever you want.
He would be a great wingman, Kevin Millar.
He would.
If he ever
Millar.
hears this, definitely.
And I can't imagine those that I know. Sorry, Bobby, but those 2000, some of those guys that were on part of those Red Sox teams.
Yeah.
Manny Ramirez.
That 04 Red Sox
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
There's a bunch of knuckleheads in that damn locker room.
Oh, yeah.
Varitek.
Millar is a jokester.
Pedro.
Yeah, Pedro. Kind of
Was,
keeps everybody in order.
No, that was 13. But okay, next one. What's the better sound? Crack of the bat or pop of the glove?
You guys have been at plenty of games. Which sounds better?
What sounds better when you're sitting in those?
And you guys
in the
both
front-
played too.
Well, I
Right
was gonna
behind
say
home plate.
I think it's a little different when you're playing or versus when you're watching. Because like if I'm spectating in a major league game, I can hear the thwap of a mitt, on a strike 3 call. But like when the whole ballpark is on edge there in the 9th inning, and you hear that crack of the bat, I mean, it's just like silence, and then it's frenzy afterwards if the ball is well struck. So I would say the crack of the bat definitely at the higher level when there's more background noise, just because of the sheer like how amplified, I don't know, the intensity. I'm really not good with science. You guys are gonna have to help me out here, but just how loud it is immediately
Yeah.
compared to the glove.
Sound of ball.
Yeah, it gets your attention immediately when you hear the cck of the bat. You turn your head. And
Yeah, I agree with that.
something's going on the field behind you.
Yeah, I
just
think we gotta
iconic.
say. I think crack of the bat is just so different.
Like if you and I were just playing catch though, like the thwap in the mid, then like it's a lot more profound and like, you know, you can really hear it then when it's just, you know, or if you're watching a bullpen like before a game, then like people aren't talking quite as much and you can really get to appreciate it. Then it might be a difference.
Yeah. All right. I'll ask one more, then Melo will take the last two. If you could change any moment in baseball history, what would it be?
You got your championship.
You said which championship? 20.
No, I'm saying like because Bobby
whole.
just asked if you could change any moment in history, what would it be? And I'm saying to you, Eric, you got your championship in 2019.
You already got it already.
If I could change any moment,
Bryce Harper stays. No,
no. Bryce stays. We don't have.
That's true.
I'm gonna go a little outside the box here. Bartman doesn't reach, and Moises Alou makes the catch, and the Cubs win the World Series. That's always one of my greatest what ifs. Is if that ball gets caught, the Cubs may be in the curse that year. So also just poor Steve Bartman. He doesn't have to suffer through all the hate that he unnecessarily.
All those death threats.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say Moises Alou catches that ball.
That's a good answer.
Liam, I got a good
We haven't had that one yet.
Liam, I feel like I know, but you could be mistaken.
I mean, that's hard because like I've had all the Red Sox championships in the last couple of years, so I don't want to be greedy.
Say that again to Bobby a little bit louder. Say that one more time.
But this just came to mind. I was gonna say like Astros not winning the World Series, but then would that mean that they would like keep cheating?
That's true.
And they'd never get
caught?
caught.
Man.
It's a good point.
That's a good point.
A lot of people don't know what the cheating was like during the World Series because like they didn't have the trash cans and stuff. But like there's absolutely something going on there. Like the where Kershaw doesn't have a single swing and miss on his curveball, like there's no way that they're not cheating.
I get nightmares.
You don't just watch 50 curveballs go by in the dirt and not chase a single one. Like there's definitely something going on.
I still get PTSD. I still get nightmares from that game. That's still haunts.
I mean that is the biggest one that stands out to me is that status. Like however many he threw 50 something curveballs and not one of them.
It was 50, 51. I think it was 52, 51.
51, yeah. But yeah, that could be interesting because that came out 2019?
Yeah,
about the Astros.
The winter of 2019.
Yeah. In the one thing my dad always said about that is he goes, boy, Major League Baseball like owes the Nationals big time for just winning the World Series. Because if the Astros win 2 World Series in 3 years there, and like they just won the World Series and now the scandal is happening, like that could have been a disaster for them if they had won in 2019. In all honesty, it might have been the thing that they lost.
I remember my senior year. I was sitting in class and then I get a notification from Twitter like Astros cheated in 2017. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
I can't even imagine. Yeah, like how sick that would have been.
Yeah.
Liam, I thought you were gonna say Bill Buckner's ground ball first.
Oh yeah.
That was one that came to mind.
That just made 04 more special though.
I was gonna say then, that if he makes
and you could appreciate like
what happened in 04, Bobby? What happened in
04? They did it in the best way possible. Sweeping the Yankees after being down 03.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was too young. I was 4-ish then, so I couldn't
remember.
Really...
You still remember.
No, I really like. I don't know. Like that wasn't like I was never affected by that. Like my biggest heartbreak as a Yankee fan was Altuve in 2019 or whatever it was.
Yeah. That was coming to mind when I had one moment to change there. I was like, don't let Altuve know it's coming there.
Yeah, that was crazy. But that was like the only time, like 04, like I couldn't appreciate because I was 4. So that wasn't like obviously I know it happened just like you with Bill Buckner, but I couldn't really appreciate that as a diehard Yankees fan. But Melo, you want to ask those last couple?
Yeah. Okay. So last two basically. Which pitcher would you love to hit a home run off of? Any pitcher of any time, any era.
I mean,
Aroldis Chapman.
You have to do it. It's just a hypothetical, right? Like, I hit a home run off this.
Yes.
Justin Verlander.
I would Justin Verlander would be a good one. I would have to say like I was thinking Mariano Rivera for a second. Like you don't see
That's
him
a good
a
answer.
whole lot, but
I
like
like that one.
Randy Johnson would be really cool too. Like
Yeah.
turning on a Randy Johnson fastball or even just like hitting one of his sliders well. Like Randy Johnson, I think would have to be my answer, honestly.
Yankees
Like,
legend Randy
he's like
Johnson.
6'10".
Yes.
He's like he's the second
insane.
tallest player in MLB history. John Rauch
Mhm.
is the only other guy that's got him edged out, but a bunch of guys have been 6'10", and he's one
Yeah.
of them. And yeah, just how much that dude's towering over you. That I feel like that's got to feel pretty accomplishing to hit a home run off of Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
Liam, I heard
And-
you say Aroldis Chapman. That's what
I
you're gonna
just
go
feel
with. It's a great answer. I'm not saying you're wrong.
I just feel like that'd be such a flex because everyone knows him as like the arm, like the 105 man. Like that would be the coolest thing ever to tell people. Yeah, I hit a homer off Chapman, you know.
You've also got to deal with you're a switch hitter, so like
Oh, you're a
wanna
switch hitter?
you want to.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
yeah.
which ear flap do you want off while you're doing your home run trot? Assuming this is at the major league level, you hit it from the right side of the plate.
Lefty.
Lefty,
Yeah.
lefty.
Righty over the
on-
green monster off Aroldis Chapman.
on a hanging slider to send the Red Sox.
What about you, Bobby? This is your question too.
Yeah, it is.
Any Red Sox?
No,
Josh Beckett.
I mean, I'd want to face a Mariano Rivera cutter. And
That's
then
cool.
maybe I'll hit a home run off him too,
Yeah.
just to see. That's a good end because I just want to see how insane it is.
Yeah, I'm like
Jacob DeGrom too.
I'm trying to think of it in my head like someone hitting a home run off of Mariano Rivera, and I just like can't even envision it. You
No.
know,
Yeah.
Like, what player would hit a home run off of Mariano Rivera? Like he doesn't give up runs. He comes in and he gets 3 outs and he leaves. That's it.
Yeah, good answer. All right. Well, I actually have another question after this, Mello, but ask that last one there.
Want me to ask the last one?
Yeah, you can. But then I have another one after that, so it's not really the last one. But
You could sit next to one person during a baseball game. Who would it be?
doesn't even have to be baseball related.
Man, I'm about to get slapped silly after this response. Promising my girlfriend because we haven't been to a baseball game yet. It hasn't I started dating this year, so like I would have to say my girlfriend. Like I just
Okay, but
Like,
then your
literally
real
give up
answer
their
is
phone.
what? And what's your real answer?
I
I think I know mine.
Liam
Let's
go
hear it.
because I need more time to think.
I think it'd be Drake, to be honest. Like, because that's just someone who just has it figured out. Like, I just want to have a conversation with Drake and just talk about everything.
Eric, let's hear your real answer.
Um,
Okay, your second answer. I'm sorry,
my
not your
second
real answer.
because I was gonna say like that really was like the first thing that came to mind for me. I was like, I don't know.
Okay.
It's I can pick anyone ever. It's like I don't know. I'll probably pick like an actor or something. Maybe like Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad. Like I don't know if I
Wow.
can pick a character, but like Walter White or Jesse Pinkman would be cool because like I'm a huge Breaking Bad fan, but I think Aaron Paul would be a good guy to sit down and talk with, and he looks like he has stuff figured out too. I was gonna say he's got a good outlook and perspective on life. You had my brain turning there when you said he's got stuff figured out. I was like, who would I like to sit down and just talk about life with?
And the good thing about a baseball game too is you kind of don't have to pay attention the entire time. Like you could just like chill and
Mhm.
that's a good, there you go. Okay. So you guys have some pretty big plans. And you talked about like your future for this year. What's your goal for like 5 years down the road? Have you guys thought about that? Or not even thought about it, but you guys obviously have something special going on with Bat Boys. I think you guys both are aware of that. Both are aware of the opportunities you guys have created so far for yourselves. What's some goals of yours or anything you want to accomplish in, say, next couple of years? Liam, you start.
So something that I've just always wanted to do and I'm working towards is trying to travel with baseball and probably more specifically like grow the game internationally. Like, I just think the way MLB has expanded internationally is the coolest thing ever. And I just want to be a part of that. Like, especially just recently, like the first two Ugandan born MLB players were signed to the Dodgers, and just like stuff like that, just like expanding the game, seeing the world, and then like hopefully still being able to share it with people through Bat Boys. Like, we definitely don't plan on just like dropping everything and having Bat Boys be our career, but being able to work in baseball in some form, for me, especially internationally, and then hopefully being able to share it with people like we've been able to share our experiences with Bat Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we yeah, I obviously won't get too far ahead of ourselves, but we've been fortunate enough to find a lot of success since the start of the pandemic when we started this and stuff. But from the start, I think we both always said, like, hey, like, I don't want to be doing this as my 9 to 5 when I'm 30 years old. Like, I mean, some content creators pull and stuff, but like, unless you got tens of millions of followers and stuff. But I just told him, I was like, I don't want to, I don't see this being my profession in raising a family as a content creator with Bat Boys. So,
But it can definitely give you guys more opportunities. Like,
yeah,
look at what you're doing this summer.
yeah, I always said like, oh, it'll be a resume builder and almost like an internship experience sort of thing, where it's just like everything that we're doing with Bat Boys, we can use as a resume builder, for the day that we go to apply to a job and say like, here's what we've done. Like, we have grown baseball in this way, and these are the sort of videos we have experience making and editing, and what can we do for you? So, I mean, I don't know. The question is, what are our goals and stuff? Where we see ourselves 5 years from now. I don't know where I see myself 5 years from now, but this Blue Crabs opportunity that we have in front of us is pretty awesome, pretty sick. And I'm definitely a big like loyalty guy and stuff. And I remember on the car ride back with Liam, I told him, I was like, wow, these guys are awesome. And I'm always going to remember, them giving us our big breakthrough and stuff. And, them being the first ones to reach out to us and saying like, hey, you all should, come make some content for us and stuff. So, I mean, my dream has always been to work on like the media side of baseball and be a broadcaster or a journalist, just a sports writer or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the goal for both of us really ultimately, is just to further our careers in baseball. I mean, I would say like, oh, we really want to work in baseball. Like, we're going to work in baseball, or I might as well just, I don't know why I get up every day. Like, I mean, Liam said at the very start, we both just have this deeper connection to baseball and have a serious passion for it. So we're going to do something in the baseball world one day. And I'd say my goals are just to continue to use Bat Boys to spread baseball and, build up some experience before hopefully we can call this thing a job one day. But I would just love to work in the media coverage of baseball in some way, keep doing the interviews that we're doing, and keep asking guys fun questions. I mean, it's supposed to be fun. It's a kid's game. They're getting paid millions of dollars though. And there's a lot of pressure, and sometimes they're getting questions, getting berated for, dropping 8 of the last 10 games or something. It's really not going well. And, these guys are human too. I think it's important, like a lot of the questions that we ask them, to, like you said, reveal their personality a little bit, and remind people that they're not robots, they're going to make errors, they're going to strike out and stuff. So, I think just, my passion is definitely like connecting that bridge between the audience and the entertainer. And in this case, it's the fans and the players and stuff. And I, need people to have this outlook on the players that, they're human just like us. They wake up and go to bed every day. They eat, they sleep, they go to the bathroom. They're just like us. They're human. So, anything to really bring out the personality and the energy of that player so that people can, understand them a little bit better of a person is something that I want to do.
Yeah, it's awesome. Mello, any last thoughts, questions, anything like that?
No, this has been awesome. Really enjoyed this, you guys. Continue, you guys. Great success already. Just keep doing what you're doing, and hey, maybe we'll see each other down the road.
Yeah, I'd love to get out to LA one day. I definitely think New Jersey is a realistic goal one day. Like, we can definitely make that trip for some.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Yeah, not at all.
LA's not far either.
I went to LA in 2018, and I'm dying to get back, man. It is awesome. I mean, we went there for like a week, me and my family for winter break. I
Nice.
remember like I packed like shorts and t-shirts and stuff. I thought it was like gonna be summer.
Perfect.
And then it was like windy. It was like it was
Oh.
warm. It was warm out and it was like 60 degrees, but I was expecting it to be like 95 degrees. Like I don't know why I thought it was gonna be like like summer weather, but I just thought it was gonna be